Oh no, he races in our series. He sends the invites. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another showing of the Valor Racing League on YouTube. My name is Slager, and today we have the Speedway Collective 125 at the Richmond Raceway for the Speedway Collective National Series here at the Valor Racing League. I'm alongside Puddin once again, and Puddin. Richmond Raceway, it's one of the favored short tracks when it comes to a lot of these drivers. Some guys, they like it even though they're not really that great here. What do you think we should see here today at Richmond?
Obviously, we might see some people backing up corners just a little bit to get the car to roll through it, just but and then somebody might be able to drive it in. So it might be a little bumper-to-bumper contact. Definitely too wide. You definitely want to be on that low line for a passing lane. But if you got a clean lane, that second lane's pretty decent here too to get to straighten that car off. There is a bump coming off it too that can upset the chassis a little bit right there, but. So just good, clean racing like normal, and it's just, in the words of somebody we always know, it's just going to be some switchback racing tonight.
For sure, and tonight we have 20 cars here at the Richmond Raceway for our Speedway Collective National Series, and on pole, but I show you his car. I believe it's 2 weeks in a row for the kid KD, and the number 5 Toyota Supra for the Here to Win Esports team. On pole for 2 weeks in a row. We got the pole last week at the Charlotte Roval, in which he dominated, got the pole, and both stages. And along with the win, it came down to a nail-biter with Robbie Racing, but he was able to get the win. He's on pole tonight here at Richmond with a 20.833. That is your pole time. The times tonight range from a 20.833 all the way back to a 21.399, and that is 18th place Expert Sniper. So just over half a second between our pole setter and our 18th place starter, and with times as close as that, as the entirety of the, let me go and get the stat here, from 3rd all the way to 12th, excuse me, from 3rd to 12th is only separated by 1/10. So with times like that, Puddin, how should we see the racing here tonight?
Definitely very intense, very close at that, too. These guys are going to have to keep an eye on their tire wear. Throttle control is going to be another big aspect to get off these corners. Again, like I said, just rolling, but we're with those times that close, I expect a lot of side-by-side racing here tonight at the little short track at Richmond. Very fun track to drive at. I enjoy it.
And same here, I'm doing probably one of my favorite short tracks on the game, other than this and Iowa. Probably my 2 favorite short tracks on NASCAR Heat 5. But with that, we're going to go ahead and go over our start order here real quick, as at Richmond, pace laps go quick, because we'll have 2 pace laps at 60 miles an hour. So we're going to go ahead and get the starting order here real quick. And on the front row, as we already said, KD, his second pole in a row, trying to look to get into that top 12 and get into the championship for the battle for the playoffs. He right now is starting on pole. Outside him is the number 7 of Deadpool, who is once again on the front row starting position. Row 2 brings number 66 of Burster, the number 39 of Cyber K Bionic. Row 3 brings the number 68 of NASCAR Extreme, the number 9 of Coach Matt. Though all those drivers were in the 9s, excluding Deadpool. Deadpool ran a 20.8. Row 4 brings the number 7 of Brennan and the number 4 of Robbie Racing, probably one of the hottest drivers in the league at the moment, who has had a stretch of top 5 finishes in the National Series and a stretch of top 10 finishes in the Cup Series. He's been doing a great job this season. Closing out the top 10, the number 11 of Big D, making one of his third start of the season, I believe, quite new to the league, and number 92 of Jocko, closing out the top 10. Row 6 brings number 21 of El Grigg, the number 90 of MJO. Row 7 brings number 44 of Runner Rhodes, and number 13 of Caleb Hunt, right now on a playoff push. He's also on a playoff push as teammates with Caleb Hunt, number 70 of Easy E, and number 61 of Joker Smoker. They bring in row 8. Row 9, the last two drivers to put in qualifying laps, number 54 of Koala and the number 89 of Expert Sniper. And rounding out the field in row 10, 2 guys who did not put down qualifying laps will be racing. Number 99 of Kilt Like Jason and number 38 of Fireman. Those 2 guys will have some work to do in order to get to the front, but Jason, as we know, very fast as usual. Let's see if he can do it. And Puddin, with those times, we've heard all the times, we've heard the rules starting. Is there a guy you're looking at for the field who could potentially win tonight here at Richmond?
Everybody. Honestly, anybody's got the potential here at the Valor Racing League. The talent is through the roof. If there's cautions, strategy might come out to play. Some people might take 2 on a late run. Customs tighten the car up just a little bit, maybe something like that. But anybody has a chance at taking that black and white flag at the end of the day.
You said there's strategy coming to play, and for straight up speed, KD and Burster, guys, you always got to look for KD in the 5, Burster in the 66. But if strategy comes into play, you always got to look out for the 19 of Brennan, the 4 of Robbie, and the 99 of Jason. Jason is always, even when strategy is not even close to being, a thing, he always is going for the strategy, and Robbie and Brennan are probably two of the smartest racers we have in the National Series. Potentially see those guys in victory lane today if it comes down to strategy. And all those drivers are looking for their first wins. Other than Jason, in the National Series, Brennan and Robbie yet to win this season, both looking for wins, but both been very consistent this season. I just want to see if we get if we're good to go on the join button.
And something, too, with Robbie, too, he's over in the UK. We talked about this last week at the Roval, so these guys are going to go a little bit of left-hander, right-hander, just making left-handers tonight on the short track. He's got to be pretty fatigued. I talked to him not too long ago, right before the race. He is 8 hours ahead of me here in Vegas, so that is 5 hours ahead of everybody on the East Coast, too. So take that into consideration. His fatigue might come into play tonight, even though he is very, very smart on his strategy and setups.
We will go ahead and join and accept invites. Did you get invites to the race, or?
If it was from BBS, then I've got quite a few.
All right, you can join then. We load into the lobby here. They're already. We might have joined a little bit late there. We had to wait on one of the drivers to join, but we were good to go here as they potentially are already on lap 4, if I'm not mistaken. So we may be a little bit far behind, but that does never hurt anything, as 2 pace laps already at 50 miles an hour. It looks like they've already been complete. As I will be watching the BBS Brennan on board here tonight, and I believe you will be on the Robbie Racing on board, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. And I am having a technical difficulty get in, so it's not let me accept Slade real quick. Let me take care of this. Thanks again to the multiple invitations. That helps out in this situation.
Sweet. And yep, they're already racing here. We are a little bit late joining in, but at the moment, KD already on lap. It looks like we're already on lap 5 of the race. Katie still out to a great lead. Burster's already passed Cyber. Berth started up to 2nd. Cyber up to 3rd. Deadpool, who started in 2nd, already back to 4th. With NASCAR Extreme who started 5th, is still in 5th.
Yeah, and I'm on board with you right now, watching these guys click through the field. Robbie's back here in the 7th position, so he's made up a spot already. Give me 1 second here again, Slade. Technical difficulties. It does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, Robbie already have a great run already right now, P7. I believe he started P9, so it was a battle for the lead here. Burster on the inside of KD. We're on board of Cyber. That's a great vantage point of this battle. Burster inside, a little bit loose off of turn 2. KD's going to get the run. He's nose to the door panel of the 66. And he will complete the pass. Burster to the lead. Cyber looking to follow and then pass the 5 of KD. Burster gets loose once again. KD will fight back on the outside as we enter turn 1. Those were 3 wide going into turn 1. Nope. Cyber backs out of it.
Yeah, that's a good, very good decision to back out of that right there. 3 wide here is not always a good decision, but especially if you're on that inside line, you do not get the apex and arc like you want. And it looks like this time I had to back it up too, as the 7 is making a move to the outside. The 99 right there takes the lead away.
Yeah, Burster, once again, is trying to clear these guys and get a lead. He does. Finally clears the 5 and 39. Now battle for 2nd. Continues. 39. Oh, Burster loose once again. Cyber, incredible move. Oh, Cyber gets loose trying to make a move due to the track transition here in the different lanes at the Richmond Raceway. Cyber looking out to the outside of the 66 of Birdster. Cyber, once again, winless in this Speedway Collective National Series. Birdster struggling heavy with the handling of his race car. We're very early into the run, and he's having handling problems.
And that's not a very good thing to happen already, too. Some of these guys done a lot of laps, I'm assuming, by themselves in these cars. But when you get it, you can sniff just a little bit of that draft Slade. That can tighten the car up. But one car way up there on the high side, still 2x2 up here for the lead, trying to battle that out. Cyber trying to do everything he can, backs out of it. The 5 car right there makes him move. Big shove from behind. Contact made at the 66. Now that's a battle for the lead as I finally got into there, too. I'm calling that one off of the stream right there.
Finally getting in his Burster is having major problems as he moves the 4 car up the track. Burster not having a good handling race cars. He gets loose and almost gets 19 of Brennan there. Struggling right now, 66 Burster.
Yeah, Burster has got himself a good car too, and sometimes it's frustrating being back in the back. Go ahead.
Sorry, there appears to be some lag out of the 5 of Katie, and there is major lag out of the 5, and that put the 39 back to 3rd. Coach Matt, who's made a quick charge at the front, up to P2 now, and that is NASCAR Extreme, who got out of the carnage. He's now up to P4.
In a battle back here too, and I believe that is the 19 of Brennan. He's going to make a move to the inside, but the 44 of Varney's going to get to the outside and clips the wall just a little bit. But everybody trying to get down to that yellow line, clipping the apron here too. You cannot do that. It will push you up a little bit, and if there's somebody to the outside, contact will happen there. Frustrations can rise on that aspect too. But the 44 looks like he's getting a great run. Brennan has a great run in the center of the corner, right behind the 44. So everybody in these customs having a little bit different setup and how they like to drive, and another big hit. Runner looks like his car might be just a little tight. Go ahead, Slee.
Yep, looks like Runner, a little contact in the 19. Now, those guys are pretty good friends, so it looks like there's some minor contact, but I was mistaken. Behind the 66 right now, that's 92 of Jocko, who started P10, right now up to P6. So 92 car, the red or the yellow and blue car right now behind the 66 on the move very quickly, as quite opposite of him, Deadpool started P2. He's already back to the 8th position, so Deadpool might have a long run car here tonight, as he might watch for him to make his way back to the field.
He's always very good with his setups too, Slade, but the same thing as we're seeing back here. I'm on board with the 11 of Big D making a move to the 90 on the outside there. If you get shoved to the outside on that second lane, you can get freight trained as everybody's trying to hug that yellow line. So something like that might have happened to Deadpool, but again, very good with the setups. Saw him not too long ago at the Indy Roval, so we know he's got the talent to be and patience to make it back up there.
Yep, as right now we will be coming to 20 laps to go, it appears. 20 to go when we reach start-finish line. At the moment, it is still Katie out front leading the number 39 car, Sauber K Bionic. Coach Matt right now rides P3 NASCAR Extreme, a little further back in P4. And then another pack is formed, and that is P5 Robbie Racing, who has made his way past Birdster, past Deadpool, and past Jocko.
And I know Robbie Racing and Deadpool are good friends too, so they're probably over there saying, "Oh, if they make contact, sorry about that." Coach Matt with a good run up here on the inside of the 39, down a drag race, down going into turn 1, and he does get him clear. Coach Matt has a great car tonight.
If Coach Matt has made way through the field, started P8, right up to P2, having a great run for that Chevrolet camper. Right now it's Toyota P1, Chevy's P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, and we cannot see the rest of the screen for how far those Chevrolets go back, but right now it is Coach Matt looking for the lead, and he has cleared the 5 as we go into turn 1.
New leader, Coach Matt, at number 9. I'm on board with the 68 of NASCAR Extreme. He's got a good bird's eye view of what's happening right in front of him. He likes these guys battling. That gives him a chance to catch up. But, yeah, Coach Matt now pulling out of turn 4, going on the front stretch. Then the leader here gets himself a lap lead credited.
Yep, Sauber K Bionic being very patient behind these two. Maybe he knows he's about even on speed, maybe a little bit faster, but knows he needs to save his tires in order to make it to the end of the stage. Tires should not be a problem, however, as they will be great on fuel, as we will now be coming to 16 laps to go in stage 1, and fuel will no longer be an issue, is by far not an issue, but maybe the right front tire might wear for some of these guys.
Especially depending upon where your cambers are set and your tire pressures. But Robbie now making his way up to that 4th spot, 2 cars right behind him battling for Brennan. Looks like he's one of those guys. But Robbie on a mission tonight, trying to get up here at Valor Racing.
Yeah, Robbie Nunn's made way back to P4. That's NASCAR Extreme and Deadpool. They're battling for the 5th position here. Both drivers, Deadpool joined late, so he's fortunately potentially out of playoff contention, just how late he joined in NASCAR Extreme. On the playoff bubble right now, I believe he was 10th in points coming in tonight, so a good night is needed by the 68 car. Seems to have a too tight of a race car at the moment, as he has overdriven the corner for a few laps in a row now.
Something I've done myself here too, especially anticipating long runs, green flags. You might set your car up a little tight so when the tires do start to get a little greasy and slick on you, that you'll be able to hold on to it, whether it be on a wheel or a controller. And sometimes early in the run that can come back to bite you, since we've been caution free so far tonight.
Which is like you see everybody spreading out here. As we have a battle for the 4th position. Deadpool back underneath of Robbie. And as I mentioned, just a few laps to go, Deadpool starts again. He fell back to the 8th position, already back up to 4th. So Deadpool, a great qualifying effort, great qualifying car he brought today, and a great long run car he brought today. So we'll see if how these laps count down, if he can make his way back to 2nd, potentially a stage win for that Montgomery Motorsports team, as Deadpool, his team motor, Coach Matt, right now riding in P1.
Yeah, Coach Matt's still leading. Here comes Deadpool on that 7, gets around his UK buddy of Robbie racing in the 4th. Again, you said he's been pretty strong, but now Robbie's in jeopardy. He's got 2 cars behind him trying to chase him down. Deadpool pulls 2 to 3 car lengths back out there. That is Jocko in the 92 car, making him battle back here, trying to get caught up to this. Coach Matt's starting to pull away. Very impressive.
As we mentioned, as we've seen here, if you guys have seen, looks pretty, the 90 of MJO had to pit right there. 38 of Fireman, excuse me, 38 of Fireman having a rough go. He's already down pit road, and he will go a few laps down because pitting is not necessary. And it seems he already had a disconnect out of the 99 of Kill It Like Jason. So Jason has had a great season so far, very high in the points. Will get 20th as a finish position here tonight, as he was not able to make it. Looks like more than about 5 laps, as we saw earlier in the race.
Yeah, and we just had it happen with me trying to get in. Technology can be a disappointment. Sometimes the lag issues or something just happens, or hopefully there's not an emergency that popped up. But Jocko in this 92 making a great battle back here, trying to get his way up. Brennan right there trying to get up there. He's all by his lonesome, so Brennan can run his race right now. No pressure from behind or in front, so he can hit his lines, hit his marks, let that car rotate, roll into the throttle, and try to see if he can catch these guys right in front of him.
Yeah, right now, as we have seen, the 7 and 4 have caught the 5 and the 39. It appears that the 9, the 7, and the 4, that is Coach Matt, Deadpool, and Robbie Racing, they'll have similar. Oh, as I said, Deadpool gets way loose off of turn 2. He will have to fall back line behind Robbie. I was about to say, it seems that Coach Matt, Robbie, and Deadpool all have even long run cars, and just coach it a little faster in the short run, because these guys, the 39 and 5 of Cyber and KD, have been gapped by the 9 of Coach Matt, but have also been getting caught by the 4 and the 7.
Like you said, he just got loose coming off of 2. There is that little dip in the track right there that seems to, if you don't hit that straight on, will upset you. Hopefully that wasn't the case for him, but that will affect his tire wear a little bit by sliding up like that. But great battle. I'm still on board with the 68 and the 92 of Jocko back here trying to catch everybody down. These guys look like that's one of the best battles in the track right now.
Looks like we're coming to 5 to go in stage 1 right now. Like I said, Coach Matt does lead Cyber Bionic right now. P2 starting to get away from the 5. Looks like he's staying even with the 9 car of Coach Matt here. So Cyber looks like trying to keep the gap here and lock himself a P2, a great finish for the stage. Like I said, Jocko right now riding in KD P3. Yeah, Rob Racing 4th and Deadpool 5th. We could see, if I could put guess here, as we now come to 4 laps to go in stage 1. I would assume that Robbie and Deadpool were able to both get past the 5 here if they make the passes, because they have caught the 5 in a hurry on this long run.
Yeah, and working together too, not racing each other is a big aspect too, and it looks like that's what they might have been able to do to get up there.
Yep, right now coming to 3 laps to go in stage 1. Laps do wind down quickly here, as the average lap time is about 21.2, 21.6 seconds here. For the race trim, right now, like I said, 3 laps to go. Robbie to the inside of KD. We're going to try to get a camera view on that. We're on board here with Deadpool. Robbie washed up the track a little bit into the 5 of KD. No harm, no foul. Robbie gets to run back off the corner. He's able to pass the 5, put Robbie to 3rd. Deadpool looking now to go to 4th here, as trying to pass KD, as KD's long run car just does not seem to be as good as the 2 cars that have just passed him, as we now have 2 laps to go in stage 1.
And with custom cars like that, you think that, a lot of people think that you come in here and the car's ready for whether it be the long run or the short run. You set it up for either or, so maybe some adjustments might be made to meet that machine in pit lane under the stage.
Yep. As we now have coming to 1 lap to go in stage. Yep, 1 lap to go in stage 1. Coach Matt has about a 3/10 second lead over Cyber. Cyber's going to dive it hard into turn 1. As Coach Matt appears to get the better exit off turn 2. Cyber's going to go up a half a lane from Coach Matt, trying to get the best exit he can. See if he has one more shot at it. He's going to dive it back in, as he was catching the 9, which would be interesting in stage 2, but not enough for stage 1. Coach Matt off turn 4, and he will win stage 1 with Cyber Bionic finishing 2nd. Great run by him. Robbie Racing 3rd. Deadpool will finish P4 for stage 1, as KD rounding out the top 5. As we go to the rest of the top 10, who will get stage points. We have P6 goes to Jocko. Great run by him. NASCAR Extreme in 7th. Brennan in 8th. Runner Rhodes in 9th. And Koala, who started I want to say 16. I could be wrong on that, but he's towards the back. He finishes P10. As one car, who started a very good start, P3, Birdster. We saw him with a very loose race car, very struggling race car to start the stage. finished P12. So let's see if Burster can get that car dialed in, see if he can get back up to the front. But right now, it's all Coach Matt and Cyber.
Yeah, great moves by those guys too to get up there and get himself some stage points. And if your car, you might be not too happy again if you don't run with a lot of people running around somebody. Maybe you always try to run that lower line. You had to be rushed up to the second line a little bit there. So again, these guys trying to figure out how to get these cars dialed in. But great run by those guys to make big moves.
As we restart stage 2 here, Coach Matt and Cyber will look at the front row. Deadpool got position on Robbie under pit road. So put Deadpool 3rd, Robbie 4th, and that's Katie in 5th. We're going to turn 1 to begin stage 2. And Coach Matt just half cars. Robbie goes up the track. He'll fall back to 5th there. He's able to keep the lane. Battle for the lead is still going. Oh, it was one car back into the field. 66 of Birdster. I could be wrong.
Big contact, big contact. Yeah, the 2 car, the 11 car, the 78 of EZE all collected.
Trying to see what happened if I get another view there. From my people, Bird might have got loose off the corner and got back into the field. Don't want to make too many quick judgments here, of course.
Things do happen on the short tracks. Again, depending upon how you have your car set up, you might be able to dive it in and have a better entry angle than somebody else. Somebody else's car might be a little bit tighter, so they have to back that corner up. Contact being made back there, it looks like. Not intentional, obviously, but going to bring us under our first caution of the night, Slade.
Yeah, it looks like when I look back to the Brennan onboard, looks like the 66 had a nose under the 44 of Runner Roads. There were 3 wide at the time, being off turn 2. Runner got a tiny bit loose, got the front end of the 66, and the 66 went back into the field and causing our first yellow of the night. So just a racing incident there to cause that one, but we're back underway here in stage 2. Once again, Coach Matt with the lead. Cyberon is outside. Deadpool is 3rd. Katie in 4th. Because a lot of guys did not pit because Robbie Racing is now outside the top 10 as we're back underway.
Yeah, we're going to rack him and stack him after that caution right there. Robbie might have chose to come get himself 4 fresh stickers, and as we see Cyber right there pull down the straightaway now, a new leader right there. Coach Matt relinquishes the lead just a little bit. We saw how strong his car is, see how his patience are, see if he can get up there. Cyber pulls it down pretty low right there. That seems pretty aggressive. I understand he's protecting that line, but I like Coach Matt's line just a little bit better coming out of turn 4 here down the straightaway at Richmond.
Yep, new leader, as we said, as Puddin just said, Cyber in the 39, looking to get his first career win at VRL, as Katie just did last week, looking at 2 new winners, 2 weeks in a row, but Cyber has to hold on. Coach Matt, who's had a very impressive season so far. I know you have Deadpool following Katie behind him, but Cyber, hopefully not looking in his rearview mirror, he's trying to pull away from the number 9 here.
He's trying everything he can to pull away, but that Coach Matt mobile, 1 car contact. That is Robbie Racing back here, clips the wall too. That's going to check him up, and he's going to fall almost all the way to the tail of the longest line here at Richmond. That's going to make a lot of work for Robbie right there by that.
Yeah, Robbie all the way in the back there. You have cars who just pit on guys who have been in the back of the, most of the night who did not pit. So you've got like NASCAR Extreme, guys like Robbie, guys like Brennan having to make their way back through the field and work their way back to the front, as it will be a challenge in and of itself here, as right now they're trying to do so ever so slightly, but Cyber continues to lead up front with Coach Matt right behind him.
Coach Matt's got a little bit of pressure from Deadpool. These guys have checked out 5 or 6 car lengths from the 4th spot right there. Coach Matt wants to get that number 1 spot back. Not looking like he's too anxious right now. Maybe waiting for Cyber to make a mistake, or even just make him look in that mirror to push him to make a mistake. When I said it last week, where you got to drive the racetrack and you got to race the racetrack, not the racers, Slade. So you can't forget about where they are around you, but don't focus too much on how they're driving right now. Just drive your line. His contact just barely touches. He looks like Cyber just touched that apron. We talked about that earlier. That can be dangerous. And Deadpool making a move to the inside of the 9.
While we're doing that, we're got a great battle here for the 5th position. 4 cars, Burtster on the inside, and Koala, they're battling for 5th and battle for 7th. That is Jocko and what appears to be Runner Road. So all these cars still battling very hard here. Not teammates 66 and 54. Burster for the Here to Win Esports team, at 54 of Koala for the Diesel Esports team. As you see up front, as we're on board with Jocko, you can see Cyber starting to pull away a little bit from Deadpool and Coach Matt, as Cyber continuing to lead.
And the top 4 have now started to pull away. 5th and 6th starting to go side by side. That's going to slow them down just a little bit. I understand that one might be a little bit faster. Looks like he does get him cleared back there.
Burster's
still pulled away. Go ahead.
That's about the 3rd time Burster's hit the 54 here, whether coming off the corner, dorming up the track, or shoving him inside the corner. So If I was Koala, I'd be a little bit upset here as he goes in, dive bombs it again gets the 54. And, you know, Koala is starting to be kind of upset here. That's about the 4th or 5th time 66 has got him.
Yeah, and the 7 of Deadpool right there, trying to make a move on the inside. I'm keeping an eye on the battle up here for second as the leader of the Cyber still pulling away. Well, you keeping your eye on that. Deadpool trying to make a move, couldn't get it done. Now here comes Coach Matt by pulling up by at least 1 car length right there. But great battling all through the track here at Valor Racing at Richmond.
We're about to see something big here. The 66 once again, slight contact with the 54, moves the 54 up the track. 66 finally clears him. 44 Runner Roads also passes, or he is still battling with the 54 of Koala's. We're 3 wide right now. Coach Matt, or Runner Roads has to back out of it. Unfortunately, moves the 54 up the track. Great move by Jocko. It hurt the guys he would just put 3 wide. But great move by Jocko is now Runner Roads putting a block. Oh, we go for a little bit of a very aggressive move on Jocko. He moves him up the track. That allows him and the 54 to get past. 68 of NASCAR Extreme now comes through as the battle for 5th is very aggressive here. There's a lot of guys moving and bumping and banging.
Yeah, if they're not in the same chat or if they're not in the same Discord, some of these guys might be a little bit of a signal saying, hey, I've got a good car. You might be just a quick slower than me. I'm not trying to wreck you, but, you know, just give you a little bump and run right here. But great battling back here. Looks like now they have started to go single file. 1 car does clip the wall, but the leaders have checked out. It's like, holy cow, look at him pull away.
These guys have been battling very aggressively here for the top line.
68 makes contact with the 54. Sorry, they're still battling down the backstretch. Camaro and Toyota Crime going into turn 3. Sorry.
Yep, NASCAR Extreme and Koala both on position. Koala now goes the crossover move on the 68. Koala back on the inside of NASCAR Extreme. Extreme gets loose off the corner. It appears, goes back into the 54. They both stay straight, though. Light contact. 68 goes high. Looks like maybe to show that was a mistake on the 54 as they go back single file off of turn 2. And this is about for 5th. It's about for 7th here. This is guys are race for 7th. So 1, 2, and 3 have checked out from each other. 4th place Katie on Island of Zone, while 5th on back is in the Bird's Nest. One heck of a battle here.
Yeah, everybody battling for every point they can get. Stage points. They want those points for going into the championship too, Slade. So I mean, but this is one of those tricky tracks. It's not your typical 1.5 miles. Everybody drives it just a little bit different as we see the 54 clip the apron right there, and that's going to wash him up the track just a little bit. Got to be careful about making that mistake again because now he's going to have more pressure applied to him right now.
We had 1 car on the back spin out, slow car spin, paired with the 89 of Expert Sniper. He does get it back going, though, and does not cause a yellow. However, let's see if we can get a confirmation on that being the 89 there.
And we got 6 viewers out there in YouTube land right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, say what's up to Slade and myself. We enjoy seeing you guys out there, especially while this battle is going on. Great content. I mean, these cars are battling for every position they can get. This is some great, fantastic racing. I love it. I love it.
Yep, 54 looks like 66 that looks off of turn 2. 54 will pass him once again. That's about for 6th. Koala. Oh, 1 car down to the apron, got loose off the corner. Appears as the 90 of MJO. He does save it, loses a bunch of spots though. But great save by Mateo. As 66, 54 still battling here for the 6th position. As these guys, they've been going at it for a lot of laps now.
Yeah, Brennan and Robbie back here still trying to work their way up to the fact they got the 11 car right in front of them. They have made some strides. 4 car Robbie goes down way low. Tries to get back up into the apex, right into the racing line. Not have to check it up. And again, Robbie underneath the inside of the 11. And it looks like he's trying to make another move right there too. So those 4 fresh tires definitely paying off. 7 viewers now. Thank you guys for watching.
This incredible battle, so we have not been paying attention much to the leaders because these guys have been going at it. Oh, Koala and Burster once again making contact. These guys have still been going at it. We're about going on lap 15 laps. This battle's been going on between these 2 drivers as we are coming to, want to double check this, how many laps we got to go here. We are coming to, I want to say 9 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken. 9 to go in stage 2. And the battle is, it's been going on for a while. We have not seen the end of it.
No, these guys fighting for every inch out here. Then the 66 of Burster gives the 54 a nice little bump, and it looks like 92 gets a little loose coming off the corner. Maybe overdrove it a little bit, or the tires falling off on that custom right there too. But Birdster and that 54 car of Koala, they have had a great battle. Probably one of the most intense battles all night throughout the field.
Going back. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go.
As I going back to the leaders here, we have not paid attention to these guys in a while, but Cyber still leads. He's led almost all of stage 2 here. Coach Matt does follow the number 9 car, and it's is the same gap between the 39 and the 9 is between the 9 and the 7. That is Deadpool and P3, and as you see coming off turn 2 at the far right of the camera there, as we just pan into turn 3 and 4, that was KD. So these top 3 have a heck of a gap over 4th place KD. KD got a heck of a gap over the 5th place. I believe that is Koala. Runner Roads is P5. And the rest of the field is battling for 6th on back, as we are right now coming to what appears to be... see if we can double check this. That is 6 laps to go, coming to 5 laps to go.
Yep, I just looked at Robbie's stream right there too. So 6 on his stream. I don't know what the delay is right there, but these guys, look at the move right there. 68 of NASCAR Extreme gets forced up just a little bit as these guys make moves to him on the outside. That second lane, too, if you don't have any help, it is a longer way around. You can get a straighten that, making the backstretch a little bit straighter as he clips the wall just a little bit. But these guys battling back here, and here comes the 19 of Brennan making a move to the inside. And the 68 says, I'm done being on the outside. I'm going to be on the inside now.
Yeah, right now coming to, we're going to 3 laps to go as the leaders come back around. As this battle is still intensifying here. As it's the battle for 8th. Burst right on P8. Robbie, Big D, and the number 11, 68 NASCAR Extreme, all looking to pass him. As it appears the 66 is just stacking these guys up.
Yeah, and it's frustration at its best right there as a racer. You know, if you're a little bit quicker than the person in front of you, and you just can't get around them. Everybody trying to do what they can. And it looks like they're just going to make a move to the inside right there and get around him. Robbie is still plowing through this field very cleanly with methodical, like in his, UK gentleman-like style. But 3 wide down the straightaway. That's not going to end up good.
We are paying attention to the leaders now. Please keep us up to date on what's happening back there. Right now, yes. we are on the white flag lap of stage 2. Cyber has had his lead over Coach Matt has minimalized, as now it's barely a 10th. It's Coach Matt looking to get another stage win, sweep the stages. Cyber gets a great exit off turn 2 ever, and we go into turn 3. Cyber, great entrance. Coach Matt looking to back off, get a great exit. He looks high. Not going to be able to do it. Cyber Cabonic will win stage 2. Coach Matt will get 3rd. Deadpool 4th. And the rest of the battle have to keep going as we look back. Katie 5th. Runner Roads. Katie 4th. Excuse me. Runner Roads will be P5. Koala with a very impressive P6. And we have the rest of the order here coming shortly.
That was a heck of a battle back there. Everybody trying not to make contact with each other but get every position they could. That was a 7-car battle back here.
The rest of your top 10 go as followed, as we trying to get the best look at it, looking at the Brennan on board. And here's an Easy E as well. Easy E is also had a disconnect. He is six laps down in 19th, so only 18 cars left in tonight's event, unfortunately. And I do not have the screenshot of the top 10 for 6th through 10th for the finishing order. Do you have that?
I'm trying to look real quick right there. It looks like Birdster... it's in 9th. Trying to zoom in up, can't do it on there.
Here we
Robbie's in 15th MG. Go ahead.
You have Koala.
We're going to get ready to rack and stack him for stage 3.
We had Koala P6, Jocko 7th, Big D 8th, Birdster 9th, and Caleb Hunt rounding out your top 10. He charges his way through the field to get a P10 out of that. We're back on the way for stage 3, the most important stage. Cyber leads, Coach Matt in 2nd with Deadpool 3rd, with KD already going back to the bottom in P4.
Yeah, Cheek Clapper says, let's go 11. He says, let's see what that car's got. He's been looking strong all night. Cyber's going to pull him down the backstretch into that turn 3 and 4. Rotate, back to the accelerator. A lot of pressure, again, of Coach Matt and Deadpool pushing him. Let's see if these guys can check out a little bit, or if everybody else behind them has anything for them there, Slade.
Yeah, right now, they're still trying to get settled from the mid-pack on back. As Robbie Racing, we watched him. He got a little bit of a punt, if you will, for the terminology, going to turn 1 of the restart. So he's all the way back there. Appears to be P16.
17 on his screen, yep.
Definitely not a 16th, 17th place car from Robbie. But right now, Cyber continues to lead. Deadpool still 2nd. Coach Matt, he's still 3rd. Katie is still 4th, and Runner Roads is still 5th. This top 5 has not really changed for most of the event.
No, and I'm trying to remember, too, I don't know if they're going to, on a 50% race, don't know if they're going to have to make a pit stop on a custom Xfinity car here. I don't think they will. So these guys are going to have to fight real hard and not use their car up to do it so they can save that car for the later stages of the race.
Battle, 11 and 66, they're going at it hard here. This is the battle for, Big D on the 11. He goes onto the apron. That's going to cause problems as the 54 checks up very nicely for him. Almost a huge wreck, the 11 and 54, but they save it. With the 11, just maybe got losing up onto the apron there, but they still do save it, as that is the battle for what appears to be the 8th position back there.
Yeah, I think did a very good job of that, and a lot of gentlemen racing respect right there. Let somebody back in after seeing that happen. But these guys back here on board with Koala, they are now 3 wide with the 11 car to the outside. 19 thought about it. That's Brennan trying to make it 3 wide. Does not do it. They only go 2 wide, but the 11 car gets shoved up to the higher but slower line here. He clips the wall, and that's going to give Brennan and that 19 an opportunity to get right around him.
Right now, all these guys still trying to make their way back up to the field, but the lead pack is... it's tightened up, but it's also one guy's gotten away. Cyber with a great lead over the 9 of Coach Matt, but Coach Matt is just as even. Deadpool right behind him. Katie back and forth. This Runner Road's 5th. Jocko 6th. This is a big pack here from 2nd to 6th here, as 7th on back just as big with leader of Cyber pulling away.
And he loves to see these guys battling way back here. That's just going to give him the opportunity to try to, utilize this line and not be forced to make a mistake. He can hit his braking points if there are any for him in a custom car, hit his acceleration points, let that car get through the corner and hit down the straightaway. A lot of people back here now going single file. Yeah, unfortunately, as I'm clicking through to see Easy and Kill Like Jason on pit lane, the 90 of Mojo back here has 2 cars right in front of him. He doesn't know where to go right now. That's the 61 and the 68, it looks like. And they go single file. Brennan, the 54, still banging it out back here.
Yeah, right now, I'm looking at the Brennan on board. Brennan is right now, you do still have a good bit of fuel here at the Richmond Raceway just by driving the track. Right now, Brennan is 2 laps good on fuel, so it looks like if anybody's going to have to come down pit road here, it's going to be tires. So if this race can go caution-free, expect the guys with the better long-run setups to be favored here, in which when we talked about in Stage 1, it was the 9, the 7, and the 4 who had the most equal long-run setups, probably the best long-run setups. So watch out for Robbie, Deadpool, and Coach Matt, as Coach Matt Deadpool ride P2, P3. Right now, Robbie Racing, he is outside the top 10, so we could see him change drastically from where he's at right now.
Yeah, and the leader has pulled out by 7-8 car lengths. That is Coach Matt and Deadpool right behind them, 2nd and 3rd. And there's 2 to 3 car lengths between them. Not a big battle for the lead right now. A lot of the racing action is back here in the back of the pack as I'm jumping on board with the 68 of NASCAR Extreme. He's going to run it in deep right here, and he's got the 11 car still on the outside. Robbie's making a move too, so the 11 car likes the... or maybe not like to use that high line, seems to have to be put up there. So something you have to adapt as a racer.
For sure is Big D trying to make his way through the field here. It's the 1966. They've been battling for a while now, as these guys might get aggressive. As I was watching Brennan on board, 66 almost wrecked the 19 coming off turn 2. Look, he got a little bit looser. So 19 maybe not as happy. 19 and 54. That is Brennan and Koala. They are teammates, and I'm sure Koala's been saying in his team chat, "Hey, 66 been roughing me up." 19's probably like, "Yeah, I've seen it, dude," and then he's getting roughed up just as well. So we could potentially see some diesel esports versus here to win esports battles here between these two.
Robbie making a move to the inside. NASCAR Extreme in that 68. He pulls behind the 11. The 61 gets a little loose, and he's going to have to hold on to it, but he does have the preferred line here. They are side by side coming out of turn 3 and 4. The 11 car almost makes it 3 wide there as they tried to catch him. They backed out of that situation. No harm, no foul for them, but they are still 2 wide. Great battle with the 61, 68, and now here comes the 13 car back here trying to make some noise.
Ooh,
thanks to all of our R8 viewers out there again. Like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, say what's up to us. This has been great action out here at the Valor Racing League tonight, Slade.
For sure, as once again we look back to our leaders, Cyber, his gap has increased just once again over Coach Matt. Coach Matt and Deadpool, though, still riding 2nd and 3rd. They got a gap for 4th place. Runner Road's having a great run so far. Katie back to 5th. Jocko looking to pass him. Jocko in P6. Katie, our pole setter, right now in P5. His speed's going to need to come out here real soon. As we turn back to Stage 1. Stage 1, the longest green flag run we've had all night. And Katie seemed to struggle. He got passed quickly by Robbie and by Coach Matt and Deadpool in Stage 1. So Katie hopefully made some adjustments here, but that long run car is going to be fixed here for the number 5 who wants to have contention to win.
In that 13, Caleb Hunt back there, he's got some pressure from the 68. He's made some moves on his way up there. But again, the harder you race your car, the harder you're going to utilize those tires and eat them up. And again, we might be able to make it on fuel, but the more you eat those tires, sooner you're going to have to get onto this very difficult pit lane to get onto here at Richmond without a speeding penalty.
Oh. So looking back to 13, this 89 of Sniper, I'm not sure what happened to him there if he missed his braking points, but he just used the term, we'll term punted. He punted the 13 and the 68 on entry there, so you know neither of these cars are happy with the 89 there, but Sniper does pass both of them. Now looking for the 61 of Joker Smoker. With Mateo, ooh, Caleb put Mateo get into it back here as the guys in the back, so they're struggling with handling their cars.
They're trying to hold on to what they can right now. The tires are starting to fall off just a little bit. Again, you know the difference to a wheel and controller. I like to say this a lot. It does make it a lot easier on a wheel. You can feel when that car wants to step out on you. You can breathe that throttle and almost counter steer on when you're banging sticks on a controller. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but everybody trying to do what they can, single file throughout the field right now.
One thing that I've noticed, this was back on NASCAR Heat 4 when I was making my transition to a controller to a wheel, from controller to wheel, excuse me, is that I don't know if it's changed or if it was just how the subs were, but the guys on wheels, their right front tire or even right rear tire at that, their tires wear a little bit less on a wheel than a controller. I'm not sure if that was just me and my setups or that's just in general the wheel versus controller debate, but so if my logic's right, the guys on wheels should be at a more advantage here than the controller drivers.
One car hits an apron back there. That is the 66 of Birdster. He spins it around, does not collect anybody. We're going to stay clean right there as he keeps going. But, yeah, I noticed that same difference there, too, because on the controller, you find yourself going hard over on that stick slate on the wheel where you're not turning the wheel as much. Therefore, you're not putting as much pressure or friction on that tire, and you're not eating it up. So the wheel, I think, has an advantage to smoothness and adjustability as through the run as you can be. But that controller, though, it's just instinct to just bang that thing to the left.
It appears that, well, you know, I was sorry, but there appears that there was a disconnect there. The 66 of Birdster has disconnected from the race. So it's
He
three.
just spun out right there, though.
Yep, 3 here to win esports cars have DNF for tonight. 99 of Jason quite early in the race. He finished P20, Easy E. P19 and Birdster P18s. Right now it's all up to Caleb Hunt and Katie as that team does have 5 cars in the series, so more than half their fleet's out, but still 2 cars with Katie with a great chance to win, and Caleb Hunt looking for a top 10, but right now, like once again, it is still all Cyber as once again we need to note he's looking for his first career VRL win. Cyber K-Bonic's been with us for a while now. He's been with us since our Season 2. He was in our National Series, our developmental series at the time. And he's been working very hard ever since right now on the Destroyer Motorsports team for Big Destroyers team here at the Valor Racing League. So a win for him would be huge. It'd be huge for that team. And overall, he would we probably wouldn't hear the end of it for about a good solid 2 weeks because he would be very excited.
Well, just get a win in any league, let alone the Valor Racing League with the talent and the notoriety that it does have. So, yeah, I expect if he can get the job done, still a long race to go with these as the battle back here with Coach Matt and Deadpool are still happening. There would be a lot of champagne bottles flying through Victory Lane tonight.
For sure. One thing, mentioned the talent. Deadpool right now running in P3 was a qualifier for the Indy Roval Winter Series event. So, Depp running P3 already shown he is very talented to be in any esport event, and he has Coach Matt and Cyber in front of him. So these 3 guys, some of the best you might see on a Xfinity Series car on the game. Here, as right now Cyber is still trying to hold on to his lead, as once again we're going to mention here, fuel should not be an issue. We're going to see how Brandon is on fuel here. He was 2 laps to the good when we were at 40 to go. He's right now 3 laps to the good. We're now coming to 18 laps to go. But those tires, man, if anyone's going to have problems, it's going to be because of tire. Fuel will not be an issue, but if guys come down pit road, they'll be...
Battle for second. Here comes Deadpool. Sorry, Slade.
Be battling for...
Coach Matt gets run up the track just a little bit. He overshoots it. No contact being made. New second place of Deadpool. Sorry.
Yep, Deadpool now to second, trying to pass Coach Matt. He already did. Coach Matt back to third. Deadpool, as we mentioned, Deadpool, Coach Matt, and Robbie Racing, some of the best long-run cars here tonight. We could see Deadpool make a charge for the lead here on the 39. As looks like we now have 17 laps to go, coming to 16 to go here in the final stage.
Yeah, and you just brought it up too. That's the difference between being on a mile and a half or a plate track. On a short track, you know that when that thing flips to zero, you will be able to make it around too. These guys know that on fuel too. But now Deadpool is starting to pull out just a little bit, and he's utilizing that second lane. Coach Matt doesn't seem to be able to catch back up to him, and one car right behind him gets a little loose too. So the tire's getting greasy and slick here at Richmond.
21 of L. Griggs, that he will now go a lap down. He does let the 39 of Cybercarbonic go. Very good thing for him to do. So he now, Deadpool still trying to charge us at the lap track in front of him as we are going to switch from this battle. We're going to go back to the about mid-pack here. It appears we do have a great battle here for the 7th position. As you see, Robbie Racing, he's right now on P7. Brennan 8th. That is Big D in 11. He's 9th. P10 goes to Koala. And these 4 cars have broken away from 11th on back and are pretty far back from 6th. So these cars will be looking to pounce on 6th place and get away from 11th.
Yeah, that is right. Robbie is on he's in 7th place. I'm riding on board with him on the on his stream on my phone. Everybody back here trying to maintain that car, this is where that throttle control comes into also when those tires get loose. How does your setup work? You know, I say it all the time, Slade. It's really cool to see yourself on the daily, weekly, or even the old time with one lap, but one lap heater will not get you a win on a long run race like we've seen tonight with only one caution.
And we will definitely have some tire issues as we now have, trying to get a report here how many laps you have to go. But Brennan right now has 16 laps of gas left, but only 26% on his right front. So Brennan might have some problems as we're coming to 11 laps to go. Tires could be an issue here, but as we are getting near the 10 to go marker here for the final stage of this Speedway Collective 125.
Yep, I see Robbie should be coming to the 11 to go, 10 to go mark, 114 and 125 on his screen. So now when you come down to this is again where I'd love to have a wheel where you'd be able to control it just a little bit, but you cannot over push that car. You cannot eat up that Goodyear rubber.
10 to go now in the final stage of the event. Cybercarbonic looking for his first VRL event win. Deadpool, same thing goes for him. He's still looking for his first VRL event win. Both look for their first career wins, might I add, here at the Valor Racing League. With Coach Matt running a P3, maybe backing up with save some tire here, as we now have 9 laps to go.
Yeah, and the 38 and the 68 back here trying to battle it out. Two Camaros. That is the fireman himself in that 38 car. A lot of pressure right behind him. This is not the time where you want to push. That's a 68, 38, 68. You don't want to have to push as the 68 gets loose, but he's going to have the inside line come down there. I know you want to get around that person in front of you, but if the everybody's tire wear is different than when you set up your car. So let's see how that pans out back here. This battle is the 68 gets around fireman. Good battle.
Battle for 5th as well. Jocko just cleared the 5 of Katie, so the 92 of Jocko moved him to 5th. Katie back to 6th, and Katie needs to get going because the 4 of Robbie's coming for that 6th spot, maybe a top 5. As we now have 7 laps to go. Cyber still hoping that tire holds up as Brennan right now has 17% on his right front tire. Let's see if the tires can hold up.
17% with less than 10 to go. This is where you not want to overdrive it. Going to make a move to the inside of the 21. The 21 goes up right there. I do believe that might be a lap car. Very respectful. Oh, and Brennan gets loose right there too. So those worn tires showing, and by sliding back and forth, that can eat up a couple percent.
Yeah, Brennan does get loose. Robbie Racing, we look back at him, Robbie 7th. Valor 6th now heating up. Robbie has caught the 5 of KD. We mentioned earlier in Stage 1 that Robbie had one of the best long-run setups. So right now battling for the P6 as we now have 5 laps to go in the race. Will Cyber be able to hold him off as we're going to put our attention to the lead, in the lead only, as Cyber right now... Oh, we have contact in the back between the 13 and the 90. Hopefully they get that straightened out. We want to see a green flag finish here. And I'm sure Cyber does out of anybody, as Cyber right now has a great lead as we're about to come to 4 laps to go. Lap traffic could be an issue. 68 and the 38 as they're battling very hardly here.
These 2 Toyota Supras back here of Brennan Koala, they just will not give it up. Koala makes the move, pulls out by 1 car length on them, but they have been battling all throughout the race. The green flag is about to change to a black and white checker flag very soon, so Koala looks like he's going to hold on to it. Brennan gets just a little bit loose. That's going to cost him a couple tenths.
should be at 2 laps to go here. I believe we're now at 3 to go, excuse me. Cohen to 2 laps to go. Can Cyber hold him off? He just passed. Oh, 13 is around. Caleb Hunt.
Oh, that is not a good situation. Hopefully that will not bring out a caution. It doesn't appear that it has right now.
And it puts it 1 to go here at Richmond. Cyber Cabonic has had to do a lot of things. He had to battle Deadpool, had to battle Coach Matt, and even avoid a few wrecks here to get the win as he goes into turn 3.
Still, his nervousness right now, Slade, has got to be through the roof. Thank goodness it's a short track, and he will collect his first W here at Valor Racing. Congratulations. He is probably over there stoked as all belief.
We missed it by a lap, excuse me. Our streams were off. Now we have 1 to go, brought to you by Speedway Collective. Cybercab. Oh, there's one car. The 90 Mateo gets loose as he hit off of Deadpool, who was in second. But as we come off turn 4, we both jumped the gun, but Cyber Cabonic will win here at Richmond. The Speedway Collective 125, his first career VRL win. Deadpool followed directly behind as a bunch of crazy events happened there to finish that race between lappers and our leaders. Brennan does end with 3% right front, so he did make the finish. We're going to our finish corner here real quickly. With Deadpool finishing P2, Coachman, he will get 3rd. Runner Racing, he will get Runner Roads, excuse me. He'll get P4. Jocko to P5. Robbie Racing was able to make the pass. He got back to P6. As we look towards the field, P7 goes to KD, 8th Koala, 9th Brennan, 10th Big D in 11, rounding out the top 10. As we go outside the top 10, see what Brennan's able to give us here.
Oh, you know, he's going to burn that car down. He's going to take that 39 Chevrolet Camaro and just smoke those rear tires off of that thing. You know he's pumped right now.
Yep, top 10, Brennan not showing us the bottom. Okay, here we go. Right now, Joker Smoker finished P11, Expert Sniper in 12th, MJO 13th, NASCAR Extreme is 14th, Fireman 15th, Caleb Hunt 16th, L. Griggs in 17th, 26 laps down, and 18th is Birdster, 19th, 58 laps down, Easy E, and 20th, 121 laps down, belongs to Kill It Like Jason. So we will hear from the top 3, involve Coach Matt, Deadpool, and Cyber K Bionic, as we'll be right back here. As the fastest lap of the race, that does go to Cyber 20.972, the only fastest lap to be in the 20.9s. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. So he not only had a good, one-lap car, but he obviously had a good long-run car running by himself with no pressure behind him. He could focus, and that was very important to him. So congratulations to him on his W.
We see we can get the top 3 in here quickly. We'll be right back here on the Valor Racing League. Matt and work our way up. And we're back here at the Valor Racing League. Speedway Collective 125 at the Richmond Raceway has come to an end. Cyber K Bionic getting his first career VRL win here at the Valor Racing League. with Deadpool following second, and our third place finisher, Coach Matt, we'll be hearing from in about now. Coach Matt, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Coach Matt, P3, very strong run for you once again, capitalizing on the drivers you battled with for the championship, for the regular season championship, capitalizing on their faults, and you come in with a P3 finish. Walk us through your race.
I had a really good stage one. I think just in terms of the way the car was set, I had a really good drive out of turn two, but I was struggling with speed in three and four in terms of getting to hug the bottom and getting a good run off. So I was good at one end of the track, not so good at the other. Started sixth and got to first. I was thinking, I had a really good shot to win. Um, and then I nearly ran down Cyber there in stage two. I got to his bumper there on the last lap, but I just made too many mistakes in stage three. Car fell off a little bit more than I wanted to. I think I was overdriving it a little bit. Um, but I mean, overall, I can't really complain. I was able to get a playoff point, able to get some really good stage points and a decent finish. And my teammate Deadpool ran a really, really good race. And I think if it went a little bit longer, he would have been up there and had a chance to fight for the win. So I'm extremely proud of him. Um, but yeah, overall, not really a whole lot to complain about.
That's one thing. Deadpool, you and Deadpool for your motorsport team had a great run tonight, P2 and P3. And tomorrow night also going to Richmond. You, Max, and Taddy. Do you think the momentum from tonight carries over tomorrow night?
I hope so. I know last time I looked, we were leading the overall team points. We missed Ty and Racer tonight. They both had things come up, so we're missing out on their points there. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to Richmond tomorrow. I know the cars handle completely different, so we have to get used to how loose the Cup cars are compared to how well the Xfinity cars handle. But yeah, I'm hoping the race goes green like it did tonight. I think we had one caution, so shout out to everybody that raced tonight. It was super clean, super respectful, and I think one caution and 125 laps at a short track is pretty impressive.
Two yellows tonight, which nonetheless still a very good job. Do you have any questions for our third place finisher?
Yeah, what's it like to hold a basketball to a steering wheel? I know it's a lot different for you, buddy.
Yeah, they're both round. One is a little bit flatter
Got that
than
going
the
for
other.
you.
But yeah, I wish I had a wheel. I'm rocking this dual sense here, so I don't have the wheel just yet, but that's something I plan on getting eventually. But yeah.
No, congratulations, Coach. I know that I've known you for a long time now in other leagues and everything. You're a very highly respected driver. You proved your talents tonight, man. And I know you are probably a little disappointed, but how can you be not excited to put yourself in a podium position at Valor Racing League? So congratulations. Great job to you, buddy.
No, I appreciate it, bro.
Yep. Thank you, Matt, for your time in the booth. That was Coach Matt, driver number 9, Chevy Camaro, for his Montgomery Motorsports team with another solid top 3 finish. Next, we go to our second place finisher of Deadpool. Deadpool, is your part audio set to allow?
Yes, sir.
All right, Deadpool, P3 finish. Another great run for you tonight, or P2 finish, excuse me. I believe that you've had a front row starting spot for every race except for the Roval in your races here, so qualifying very well and finishing very well. Walk us through your race.
Well, got to give hats off to my team owner, Coach Matt and Bionic. Had a heck of a car. It was a really good race overall. Richmond is probably not my best track, so for me to come in here, qualify well, and finish really well, I was really happy. Bionic had a lot better short run speed. Really launched off me. It took me a little bit more time to get going, and he just killed me in 1 and 2. I could get into 3 and 4, get off, roll through, get back on it, but 1 and 2, I was a little bit tighter than I wanted to. But overall, it was a great race. And also, I've got to give a shout out to Robbie. If it wasn't for Robbie this week helping me, figure out how to run this place and get the car right, I would not have been able to do it. I learned a lot from him this week, short tracks. I'm really thankful for a really good finish. Just I know points don't really affect me as much for playoffs, but just trying to help the overall team points and put together good finishes week after week. That's just all I can ask for.
For sure, man. You did join halfway through the season, which unfortunately you have. Your journey is not complete. It's not done. You still are in contention to make the playoffs, but you just gotta have weeks like tonight for the next 3 races Do you think you got a chance to make the playoffs?
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Cool. Awesome.
I mean, it's a long shot. I'm not saying that because you missed obviously half the races because you joined late, filling in a seat, but you were still in contention. But do you think you can do it? I mean, we'll take nights like tonight, second place finishes, consistently second, always finishing high up in the stages. Do you think you can do it?
As long as I keep having the finishes, I think giving it all I've got. I'm not going to give up. You know me long enough. Puddin's know me long enough to know that you give me a challenge, I'm going to do everything I can to, grab it by the horns and take off with it. I'm going to give it everything I got. I am not giving up on it. It's a long shot, but I'm up for the fight. Always.
For sure. Puddin, do you have any questions for our second place finisher?
Yeah, first off, Deadpool, congratulations, man. You had a great car tonight, and again, congratulations on seeing you the other night on the Sunday at the Winter Heat Series. The fact that you claim to know me, I don't know if I accept that fact right now because I've never really got to talk to you before. I'm just kidding, buddy. Seriously. I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding, man. You do put in a lot of time. I knew, and I said that during the broadcast too, when you and Robbie could hook up. I know that you guys have been doing a lot together. And, your hard work's paying off, man, and don't ever give up because anything can happen. Keep up the good work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Puddin. I appreciate it. Thank you, Slayton. Thank you for that mid-season opportunity, and thanks to my team owner for giving me the shot to drive this wonderful 7 car. It handled beautiful tonight, and hopefully I can have the same result next week in Chicagoland. For
sure. Deadpool, thank you for your time. This is Deadpool, driver number 7, Chevy Camaro, finishing P2 tonight. Same place he started. And next, this might be the longest interview we've had all season, but it will be well worth it. Cyber, is your priority set to allow?
Yep, it's set to allow.
Cyber, first win at the Valor Racing League here tonight at Richmond. You said in your pre-race tweet, if you will, this was a track you always look forward to, and we went here in the preseason. You did very well. Walk us through your race.
Off of qualifying, I mean, I kind of botched it. Like, I was trying to aim for the front row, but I botched in qualifying, so I started 4th. I knew I had a good car coming in this race from learning from the preseason in general, just logging laps and laps around this place. I was on the back bumper Katie almost like the whole first stage because I was faster than him, like no duh about that. It's just that I stayed patient, just let the car come to me, and hopefully we'll get by him, which we did. I was almost closing down Coach Matt the first stage. Like, I barely got to him also, like, with a stage before. Couldn't get there in time. So then stage 2, like, the outside is not the place where you want to be because you can really get freight trained, but somehow after that first caution we had, I somehow got a run on the outside, which I didn't think would work, but so I pulled it off and took on stage 2 where Coachman almost caught me there, which GG to him, good battle there. Stage 3, I put in the last adjustment that I had from the preseason race that really helped me in that, and it really paid off on the long run, kept it stable, kept it up front. So then I can win I'm just pumped and elated for this win. It's been a long time coming for me.
For sure, as we said earlier, you've been with season 2 of the league. Right now we're in season 4, going through the Truck Series, going through the Xfinity Series, and now getting your first win. How does it feel?
I still can't believe it. Like, I just got to give a shout out to my teammates. Like, we've all worked our butts off almost this whole season to get the finishes we want. And I also got to give a shout out to Big D. I mean, if it wasn't for him giving me this opportunity to drive this 39, I don't know where I would be right now. Oh.
For sure, man. Puddin, do you have any questions for our race winner?
I mean, man, you worked your rear end off tonight at a very tricky track and a very difficult track to get around. Your car was there, your setup was there. I have nothing but congratulations for you.
Thank you.
I'm over here popping adult beverages with you, buddy.
More the merrier celebration.
Congratulations, man, and again,
Thank
man,
you.
I love how you give you a big shout out to your team and your team owner and stuff like that. Don't forget over here at Valor Racing League, man, and the talent you had to beat to get that one, and it took you some time to do it, but that just proves how elite caliber that Valor is.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's competition every week. I mean, to win one of these, it's really a challenge, no doubt.
For sure, Cyber. Thank you for your time in the booth tonight. Celebrate your win. It's been a long time coming, as you said, and I think everybody in the VRL community is happy to see you get it done. This has been Cyber K Bionic, driver number 39, Chevy Camaro, getting his first career VRL win here tonight at Richmond. And Puddin', a great race, another great race in the books, and once again another first-time winner. It's been 2 weeks in a row as we saw KD get it done last week at the Charlotte Roval. Give us an overall overlook on tonight's race.
As a rookie, maybe they want to have Puddin' in the booth more often because that's 2 rookies for 2 weeks for me being up here. But these guys have put their time in, work their rear ends off, get to where they're at. Again, like I just said, the caliber of drivers that you guys have at Valor, that's what takes, especially when you have family, work, everything, life that happens. These guys take the time to build these cars to come out here and compete and get this elusive W that is so important to everybody. And the last couple of weeks has been exciting to have me up here and exciting racing.
For sure, and once again another clean race. 2 cautions tonight, both on racing incidents. Another clean race, clean finish. Great battles all throughout from stage 1 all the way to the end of the race. Closing off another night here at Richmond, but don't you worry. More at Richmond action will come tomorrow night, same time at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully with Jimster Qual in the booth. We've had to put in some subs in the booth recently over some family events that happened to our commentators, which obviously thoughts and prayers for Jimster and his family. Unfortunately, could not commentate last week, but hopefully we'll have Jimster and Qual in the booth next week, or tomorrow night, excuse me. If not, Easy E, I'm sure we'll hear from him. He's always willing to jump in the booth. And even Puddin', you might hear from Puddin' tomorrow. You know, you never know when old Puddin' comes in the booth. So, thank you everybody who tuned in tonight. Once again, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, Richmond Raceway for the Pocono Raceway Cup Series. Hopefully another great race tomorrow night. As we saw tonight here at the Richmond Raceway, always provides great racing. But from me and Puddin', catch you guys tomorrow night. Everybody stay safe. Have a good one.